Social media rewards visibility, more followers, more engagement, more influence, but at extreme wealth levels, the calculation inverts. Visibility becomes a liability. Attention creates risk, and silence becomes strategy. Warren Buffett has no active social media. Neither does Philip Anch. Many of the world's richest people operate almost invisibly online. Why? Because when you control billions, exposure does not equal power. It equals vulnerability. Social media operates on attention. For influencers, visibility is the business model. More followers mean more sponsorships. More engagement means more revenue. The incentive is to post constantly, to share personal life, to manufacture controversy, to stay visible. For billionaires, the incentive structure is opposite. Their wealth is not generated by attention. It is generated by ownership, capital allocation, and long-term strategic decisions. Posting on social media does not increase their income, but it does increase their risk. Security threats, reputation, volatility, regulatory scrutiny, legal exposure, market-moving statements. The more visible you are, the more attack surface you present. And when you are worth billions, the consequences of visibility scale accordingly. So many choose silence, not because they lack influence, but because they understand the trade-off. At billionaire levels, social media creates 5 distinct risks. 1. Security threats. Public accounts, broadcast location, routines, relationships, and vulnerabilities. Old money families and ultra-wealthy dynasties treat every post as a breadcrumb that can be misused. Kidnapping, extortion, harassment, stalking. These are not hypothetical. They are operational realities for families worth billions. Posting a vacation photo reveals you are not home. Tagging a restaurant reveals your habits. Mentioning family members creates targets. 2. Reputation, volatility. A careless statement can become a permanent liability. Social media moves fast. Context collapses. Nuance disappears. And once something is posted, it is never truly deleted. Screenshots preserve mistakes forever. Algorithms resurfaced old posts. During controversies, what felt harmless 5 years ago can become career-ending today for billionaires whose reputations are tied to company brands and stock prices. This risk is existential. 3. Regulatory and political attention. Public statements from influential billionaires attract government scrutiny. Elon Musk's tweets about Tesla have triggered multiple SEC investigations. His statement that he had funding secured to take Tesla private at $420 per share cost him $20 million in fines and his role as Tesla chairman. Anything said publicly can be used as evidence in lawsuits, in regulatory actions, in political campaigns targeting wealth inequality. The more you say, the more material exists to be weaponized against you. 4. Market impact. Billionaires move markets, often unintentionally. When Warren Buffett mentions a stock in an interview, it moves. When Bill Ackman tweets about a position, billions shift. Social media amplifies this. A casual post can trigger volatility, create insider trading allegations, disrupt carefully timed strategies. This is why legal teams discourage off-the-cuff posting. Every statement carries financial and legal consequences that ordinary users never face. 5. Legal exposure. Anything posted becomes discoverable evidence. Lawyers can subpoena social media records. Opposing counsel can use casual statements to establish intent or knowledge. Regulators can cite tweets as proof of market manipulation. Warren Buffett has explicitly said that tools like Twitter make it too easy to tell someone to go to hell in 10 seconds. He prefers slow, more deliberate communication precisely because impulsive statements create lasting consequences. For people operating at the highest levels of business and finance, every word matters. Social media speed works against the caution their position demands. Beyond strategic risks, there is a psychological cost. Public scrutiny at scale. When you're worth billions, millions of people have opinions about you, many hostile. Every business decision is criticized, every philanthropic effort questioned, every personal choice analyzed. Social media amplifies this. Negative comments appear instantly. Criticism spreads virally, and engaging with it often makes it worse. Most billionaires did not build wealth to be internet celebrities. They built it through focus, strategic patience, and long-term thinking. Constant visibility disrupts that focus. Family exposure. Public accounts do not just expose the billionaire. They expose family, children, spouses, relatives. All become targets for harassment, kidnapping threats, or unwanted attention. Many ultra-wealthy families deliberately keep children offline. No social media, no public photos, no interviews, because once visibility is established, it cannot be undone. Decision-making, distortion. When every statement is public, decision-making changes. Leaders start optimizing for how decisions will be perceived rather than what is strategically sound. They avoid necessary but unpopular moves. They delay difficult decisions to manage optics. They become reactive to public opinion rather than proactive in strategy. Social media creates an audience, and audiences demand performance. Billionaires who stay offline preserve the ability to make decisions without performing them. Not all billionaires avoid social media, but those who use it fall into distinct categories. Highly visible founders: Elon Musk, Mark Cuban, Richard Branson. These individuals built personal brands that are inseparable from their companies. Their visibility is strategic. It drives attention to their businesses, but even they face constant consequences. Musk's tweets have triggered lawsuits, regulatory actions, and board interventions. Cuban's posts draw immediate scrutiny. Visibility works for them because it serves a specific business purpose, not because it is without cost. Controlled professionals. Mark Zuckerberg has social media accounts, but he uses them sparingly. Posts are curated. Messaging is controlled. His Twitter account, for example, has been mostly dormant for years. He does not engage in real-time conversations. He broadcasts carefully crafted statements. This is strategic visibility, not casual use. Jeff Bezos similarly maintained minimal social presence while running Amazon. Occasional posts, rare engagement. Maximum control. Completely private operators. Then there are billionaires who operate almost invisibly. Warren Buffett has no active personal social media. Philip Anschutz is worth $10 billion and has given 2 press conferences in his entire career. These individuals prioritize privacy over visibility. They communicate through annual letters, scheduled interviews, and controlled media appearances. Their influence does not depend on follower counts. It depends on capital, strategic positioning, and long-term relationships built offline. Family, office, culture. Many ultra-wealthy families operate through family offices, private entities managing billions with zero public profile. These families avoid social media entirely. They see discretion as a core value, visibility as a threat. For them, wealth is about freedom and control, and social media threatens both. Extreme wealth prefers controlled messaging. Social media is real-time, unfiltered, reactive. Billionaires prefer deliberate communication, prepared statements, strategic timing, message discipline. Warren Buffett communicates through annual Berkshire Hathaway letters. These are carefully written, edited, and released on schedule. He controls the narrative, the timing, the framing. Social media offers no such control. Algorithms determine what gets amplified. Context gets stripped. Statements get misinterpreted. Silence, in this context, is power. By not posting, billionaires force media to come to them. Interviews are scheduled. Questions are known in advance. Messaging is coordinated. They do not react to trends. They set agendas. This is why many ultra-wealthy individuals maintain zero social presence but still dominate public discourse through traditional media channels. They understand that attention is not the same as influence, and that influence without exposure is far more powerful than visibility without control. 6 patterns repeat across why billionaires avoid social media. 1. Visibility increases risk. Security threats, reputation, volatility, regulatory attention, legal exposure, all scale with public profile. 2. Wealth amplifies consequences. A casual post can move markets, trigger investigations, become evidence in lawsuit. 3. Public statements are permanent. Nothing is truly deleted. Screenshots last forever. Past statements resurface during crises. 4. Privacy protects optionality. When your moves are invisible, competitors cannot anticipate. Regulators cannot target. Critics cannot mobilize. 5. Attention is a liability at scale. For influencers, attention is income. For billionaires, attention is friction. 6. Controlled messaging beats reactive posting. Strategic communication through curated channels preserves narrative control and reduces risk. Today's founders face more exposure than past industrialists. Rockefeller never had to tweet. Vanderbilt never faced Instagram scrutiny. Modern billionaires navigate constant visibility whether they want it or not. Employees screenshot internal memos. Journalists track private jets. Algorithms surface old statements. This creates a new challenge. Wealth without privacy is fragile. One viral moment can trigger boycotts, regulatory investigations, activist campaigns. Digital footprints create long-term vulnerability. Every photo, every post, every comment, searchable, permanent, weaponized. Smart wealth managers advise clients to minimize digital presence, not because they have something to hide, but because exposure creates unnecessary risk. The ultra-wealthy increasingly operate like intelligence assets. Minimal footprint, maximum discretion, strategic silence. Because in an environment where everything is recorded and nothing is forgotten, invisibility is the ultimate luxury. Social media is built for visibility, for attention, for broadcasts. But at extreme wealth levels, the incentives reverse. Attention does not build wealth. It threatens it. Visibility does not create power. It creates vulnerability. And broadcasting your life does not increase influence. It dilutes control. This is why so many billionaires avoid social media. Not because they are out of touch, but because they understand the math. When you control billions, every statement carries weight. Every post creates risk. Every moment of visibility is a moment of exposure. The choice is not whether to have influence, It is how to wield it without becoming a target. And for most, the answer is silence. When you control billions, attention is no longer currency. It is risk. Subscribe to Power Protocol. We cover what matters. End.